Okay, folks, Dave Watts with the Watts Landing once again. This will be part 2 of the tractor mods and wrapping it up, so we'll go through it with some commentary, and there is a video chunk that's give you some more tips through there. So first off, let me give you an overview of what the project, the big project is. This is the additional land out here. The new barn will be back here, and here's an overview of how that's going to play out. This is a 40 to 60 barn. This is the original stuff that's here that we built. This is built in 03. This barn was put in 2015. This is a 1.26 acre chunk here. The creek runs up here, and there's a lot of woods up front. We'll be cleaning that up this fall when it gets cool out. But the road drives are not in here, just for clarity, and there'll be some parking here. There's shots on Facebook and some other places too, but just for clarity, for mapping out, for permitting processes, I want to get that drive stuff off of there. So we'll have a temporary drive off here over to Johnny's Way, which is my good buddy who owns the woods back behind us. He's going to be putting in a drive there, so we'll have access for him. He'll be using my barn on occasion too. This drive, our parking area, will have a temporary drive to the temporary bridge while we do some bridge work hopefully here this fall. So next up. Alright, this will be part 2 of the Tractor Mods video, 11 August 2023. And this is with the light bar mounted. Obviously, if you don't recall from part 1, this used to be the toolbox mount tray that was behind the driver's seat. And since the backhoe was put on, it has its own tractor toolbox mount, and the toolbox was moved to it. So this is before I torqued anything down up here for positioning. But coming out of the ROPS with a rubber grommet, and I ran 2 pair of 18 gauge up here. So I've got a spare coil up here of a pair, and then the other pair splits and feeds these. So there's a top-down view just to see. Those are the only beam clamps I had around. The square shoulder ones would be better, but these are fine for this application. Another view, buttoned up. Oh, and by the way, there are no switches on these, like the ones that come with it, which I believe are even junkier, so I might even replace those. That's why I put the second circuit in. Anyway, so the hot that used to go to the wireless phone charger, white is hot, black is ground. So I cut that, kept the connector with the module that I removed, heat shrink those, and heat shrink or tape that one up, and then this full heat shrink over that. And then here we are in the box. Here's the hots coming in, and it splits and feeds hot to each switch. And then the switched out here goes on up to the ROPS and up to that pair of lights. Here's the spare set, a pair of wires that ends up at the top of the ROPS for 2 more LEDs if I desire to do so. These are the ground tabs for the LED in this toggle switch itself. So you'll want to run those down here to the grounds if you want those LEDs to light up when your switch is on. This will be the second circuit, which I have no immediate use for, but I might go ahead and wire it up to the current position of the smaller side lights that have switches, and then wire those into this switch here. Real quick, I solder everything, wire caps and crimp caps and blah blah blah. They just don't survive moisture and also jostling around. So solder everything if you want good results, and then I put a heat shrink tube over top of this to cap everything off. Serviceable too that way. On the side of the ROPS bar. And jump through some more images. Here's some video. Wrapping up on the ROPS Light Edition, and these are the new lighted LED switches. Let me give you a little rundown on the wiring. So this hot wire right here used to feed the wireless charger. It's a 10 amp circuit. Got 16.2 going here, and that 16.2 branches here and feeds both hot sides of the switches, and then the red come out of the switch, in my case, goes down up the 4 conductor here. It goes up to the ROPS. So I got a used pair and a spare pair up there. And then the little black jumper here comes down and grounds. That grounds the LED in the switch contact itself, or the LED of the tip. So if you do want the LEDs lit, you'll need to run a ground down to that. So, switch is on. I did use this circuit because it is switched. Now, real quick, what I meant was the ignition will switch the circuit to power the switches and the lighting. And that means I won't be leaving it on by accident. So that's what I meant by the circuit is switched that used to be the phone charger. Here's the LED. Now you can see it's glowing nicely, and pushing it down turns it off. There's nothing connected to that one because that's that terminal right there. That'll be the next set of lights. And so the ones that I've got up top are here and there. Alright, wrapping up. That's a rerun. Redundant. So here's with the cap on, everything buttoned up. You can see this is originally the magnetic bottom of a 4-port switch that I used the housing for. Just took the guts out. By the way, a 4-port switch is like a router, but it's a data switch. It doesn't actually assign IPs, so it's got or had 4 Cat5s in it. So just clarifying, and attach that with a nylock nut and bolt on this end and a hex nut and bolt on this end, as you saw previously. So yeah, there's just a finished look before I washed. Another view from driver's position. You can see the switches nicely out of the way, and everything's back together. You can put your large cup holder in here, or coffee cup in here. This is the lighter. No, this is the dual USB port under here. And where this wireless charging module now has room for your big phone, like mine, and pack smoking lighter. And there's with the ROPS lights lit, and the rear's off, which are not wired to that yet. There's with them both on. You can see they're nice and out of the way. And another ring-old view there. This is the nylock nut. Yesterday I drew a blank on what the kind of nut was called, so I wanted to make sure I documented that. So here's the new toolbox position. Pardon the dirt, it's before I washed her up. So it moved from up behind the seat down onto this plate that's behind the seat on the backhoe. This is the upper link that's strapped up there. It does not get in the way opening that box, believe it or not. So, not sure exactly. Oh, this is where the old toolbox mount was. It was strapped to a crossbar under the backhoe seat and came out just above this area. So that obviously was not a functional position. I also moved the seat back 1.5 inches on the backhoe so I could have a little more leg room. Oh, by the way, I use a pump to fill the tank. You can drop it in the seat and pump into it real easy. So there's my lack of wireless charger and a lot more storage. So you might want to think about doing it if your phone don't fit in that wireless charger. Well, I'm finally done with those 2 projects. I guess it was 3. Lighting addition, the switch system, and front grabber hooks, which I did a little painting on those. So, as you can see, that top bar is providing me with splay lights, I'll call them, which give me a real wide view of lighting when I'm going forward, or I can flip them around in the back too, to see the side areas at night or in the dark or in low light. Just got a bath, so she's looking a little bit better. But anyway, there'll be more to come, I'm sure. See. So that's it for me. I hope you liked that little reuse of the tractor toolbox mount for my lighting rig. So, and the old network piece, the 4-port switch, became my housing for my really cool LED toggle buttons or toggle switches. So if you want more information on that, I'll try to put a link with the video as well, or I'll put a screenshot or something for that. So hey, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.